Hello, my friends. Samhain is just around the corner. It's that magical time when the veil thins and earth energies really whisper powerful lessons of letting go and transformation. I'm Faye Semple, an earth energy guide who helps spiritual seekers like you harmonize your home's energies, clear unhealthy vibes, and create sacred spaces for personal growth and planetary healing. And today I'm sharing three simple practices to align your homes with Samhain's earth energies. Let go of what's holding you back and uncover deep lessons your space is ready to share. Whether you're new to dowsing or a seasoned healer, these steps will light the way. So let's get started. So, Samhain, in the Celtic wheel, it's all about release. It's about letting go of old patterns, emotions, and energies as we step into the dark half of the year. It's also a time when the spirit of place, or the genius loci, as you may know it, the soul of your home or land, it's really a time when it can speak loud and clear to us because the veils between the worlds are thin. So your home isn't just walls and furniture, it's a living energy field with lessons to teach. Because the whole world, everywhere, has an energy field, this geomagnetic energy that covers everything. So every space holds lessons for us, but our home in particular, because we're there for a reason. So we can pick up on those lessons, especially at Samhain when the veils are thin. But it's easy to miss those messages. It's easy to get stuck in the day to day, just surviving. So, this is where dowsing and a few heart centered practices come in to help you let go, to uncover this wisdom, and really to align with the earth's flow. So, let's dive into three practical ways to connect with your home's energies, release what no longer serves, and uncover the lessons that are waiting for you this Samhain. So first up is to release any energy blocks in your home. Every space has energy. Your home has energy lines and earth energy running through it. So you've got to think of them as the earth's energetic veins, carrying life force, if you like, carrying consciousness. And sometimes these energy fields or lines can get blocked. They can hold on to stagnant and unhealthy vibes that weigh you down and healthy energy. Um, and that energy can be in your home from previous occupants. It can also be from you because we shed energy in our home all the time. So to let go this Samhain, you could use a pendulum or some dowsing rods and you can douse. Is there any energy block in this room, one that you stood in, that needs releasing for Samhain's transformation? And walk slowly around your home. Work through all the rooms and allow your pendulum or your rods to guide you to particular points, to a spot, and then mark it so you know where it is. And then you could use visualization to clear that block, or you could place a cleansing item on it like salt or sage. But you can douse for what particular remedy needs to go on that spot to heal that energy. And you can be very intentional that your goal is to release what no longer serves in your home, because we are at the end of this year. Because Samhain is the Celtic New Year, where we're sort of pregnant with all this lessons and energy that we've built up all over the year, our harvest. And we want to release what no longer serves us. So as we go into the winter, the dark night of the soul, down that long, painful, dark birth canal where we can't see what wants to emerge and we're, constricted and we have to have faith before we're born again into the light of the spring. We want to ensure that what we're holding is what is going to be worth birthing again. So, removing any energy that we've shed in our house or previous occupants may have left or has been brought down by earth energy currents is a great way of clearing space and making sure that we're not holding on to any energy beliefs, fractiousness that actually doesn't belong to us. So, this act is simple, really, and it aligns your home with Samhain's energy of letting go. So, practice number two is to create You could create a Samhain altar or just some kind of space. Maybe it doesn't have to be an altar, it can be a chair that you sit in to journal and connect with the soul of your home, the spirit of your home, to uncover your home's lessons. So you could choose a quiet corner. You could set up, you could call it an altar if you wanted to, but it can just be triggers. It can be a journal, a pen, a candle that you have with you that feel like something meaningful. It could even be a photo of an ancestor, perhaps you want to connect to an ancestor to understand perhaps what ancestral lessons are being triggered in this home. So this altar really is a place that you use intentionally to connect to the spirit of place, the genius loci, the spirit of your home, whatever you wish to call it. But it's your space where you're trying to let go of the world and everything that's sort of holding you the day to day. This is your intentional space where you sit down. It's like writers have a writing chair. That's all it's used for. I go there to write. This is your connection chair. Um, and you can use that space to connect the spirit of home and you can ask it, what lessons do you have for me at this time of year, this passage where I want to learn everything? So before I move into this dark night of the soul this winter, so when I'm reborn anew, I know that I've left behind everything that needs left behind. So I want you to think of your home as a metaphor. So we talk about our situation in life, but actually where your home is situated is very much a metaphor for your life. You know, are you in an urban environment and are you in a rural environment? Are there any issues with boundaries, with neighbours? What is bothering you about your home? Is it cluttered? Are there things that you actually love about your home? You've really embraced, that you've really learnt from, but particularly Samhain is about letting go. So think about things, the situation of your home as a metaphor for your situation in life. As I say, if we've got issues with personal boundaries, people overstepping our boundaries, we'll often find that home has issue with boundaries. Your neighbours don't respect them. There might be some problems with the deeds of what land you own. You may have problems getting access to your property and things like that, that people might block your drive off constantly, or it's just difficult. So the actual, I say that they're like a metaphor for our inner world. So you can sit quietly in your Samhain altar space and, invite the spirit of your home into your presence. You might feel a warmth, you might see a mental image, or you might sense a message about release and growth. And always thank the spirit of your home for its presence, whether you feel it or not. And I just visualize you letting go of identities and beliefs and constraints and the things that hold you back. You might even visualize shackles falling off. So it's got an idea because it doesn't speak language. So it knows what your intentions are and can help you with that intention. So you can, an altar is a sort of an altar or a consciousness spot. It's a very powerful tool to have because the more you use it, the more you trigger your mind to be aware of this is what I do in this space, and it becomes quite a habit. The third practice is to journal, to deepen your connection. Even just 5 minutes a day can deepen your connection with your home's wisdom about what's happening in your life right now. So you can sit at your altar, you could hold a pendulum if you want and ask, you can't douse this question because it's open-ended, but you want to think about what is my home teaching me about letting go today at this Samhain phase. Maybe you need to let go of old relationships. Maybe you need to let go of old friendships. Maybe you need to let go of fear. Maybe you need to let go, fear about something that's holding you back. Look at what's happening in your home, like I said, as a mirror. Our homes are both, you know, um, are a reflection of our inner world made outer. And that's why they're a tremendous oracle. So if your home is, getting cluttered and messy, it's saying there is clutter and mess in your mind. But the act of clearing your clutter and mess physically in your home clears the clutter and mess from your mind because you've done the thing that you needed to do. So which is clear the clutter and mess. So that's why our homes are very, they call us to do things. So if we're sat at home, worried about, oh, I've got to, ask for a pay rise, we're sat at home, or, oh, I'm worried about whatever it may be, you're worrying about it in that space. Your home also holds the solution, because that's the law of polarity. We don't have a problem in our life. A problem in our life cannot be present if the solution is not also present. You can't have night without day. You can't have up without down. If you've got a problem in your life, the solution is also present. And your home is a kind of oracle where you can unpick that solution, which must be present because the problem is presented to you in your life. And people often say, well, how do I know this problem is for me? The reason you know the problem is for you is because you're experiencing it. So if you're experiencing it, the solution must also be there. So this is why it's great to cultivate a relationship with the spirit of your home, because it can act and guide you into understanding. So, the obvious answer when we move into a home with a young family is there's so many lessons to learn in young parenting, parenting young children, for instance, about patience and resilience and all those things we have to go through at that lesson. And then we'll go through, the empty nesting phase, or the phase with teenagers, or we'll go to the retirement. We move into a retirement place where we're going to live. All those phases in our lives have unique lessons that we have to learn, and we have to acclimatise to that change and embrace that change. So on a day-to-day basis, sometimes it's hard to notice those shifts. It's only when we look back. But if we can tune into the spirit of our home, we can notice them as they're happening. So we don't have to sort of realise after we've come through a horrendous lesson that we took the long way round, or we look back and, oh, I regret that whole phase. If we work with the spirit of our home, we can really embrace the lessons and challenges that we're supposed to be learning and not kind of fumble our way through it and then get a result. We can work with the spirit of our home to actually manage the process and get the result that we want. So journaling, think deeply. I know in today's world, we're often taught to, take quick action and, do this and get results. And yeah, we do need to take quick action. And we can change our minds quick on things. But we also need to think, because so often we bumble through in life and we don't put enough thought, real deep thought into the big decisions. We sort of just do them, and we'll spend too long thinking about the little things, and we won't spend enough time thinking about the big things. So think about the big things. Think about where you are, what phase of life you're in, what lessons could your home be holding you. So those are really my 3 key steps, 3 simple ways to align your home with Earth's energy. It's Dows to release any energy blocks that you may have left in your home as you're shedding old identities and old beliefs. Build a Samhain altar to uncover these lessons, and journal deeply to deepen that connection with your home and the spirit of your home. These practices will help you let go of what's holding you back, tap into your home's wisdom, and really to create a space that supports your personal growth and then planetary healing. Because the more we are healed, the more that effect of us being healed ripples out into the outside world. So whether you're a spiritual seeker, an earth energy healer, or perhaps just even starting your dowsing journey, these steps are sort of your foundation for working with your home all year long. So I'd love for you to hear that you've put this in practice, and I can't wait to read your stories. So if you want to dive deeper, click like, subscribe, the notification buttons, and you can download my free guide to dowsing or your home energy blueprint quiz below in the links, and I will see you all again very soon.